over the last few weeks, I've been collecting some things, and so I have some curriculum to show you along with some supplies for homeschool this coming fall. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the supplies first, just because then I can move them out of the way. And I haven't gotten every single thing. I did order some Ticonderoga pencils from Amazon because they were a better price. And they haven't come yet, but that's kind of the only thing I'm really waiting for, except for I did order actually a binder, a flex binder. Have you heard of these from 5-Star? I'll put a picture up. I got one on Amazon for like a little less than $10, and I can't wait. It's the kind of folder or the kind of binder where you can fold it back on itself, and I really need one of those. So I'm excited to try it out. But the things that I do have here, I got some sticky notes. These are just Post-it brand sticky notes from Walmart. I also got some friction pens. I used to have a big set of the colorful ones, but I often just reach for black. So I just decided this time to get a 3-pack of the black friction pens. I also got a pair of scissors for 4 to 7-year-olds. These are the ones that have the really rounded tip, which is what we used to use in my kindergarten classroom. So I thought that we needed a new pair because the ones that I have are pink, and my son doesn't necessarily want to use pink scissors. So I got him a pair of black scissors. And then I got 2 of these. These are the Crayola Jumbo Crayons, a 16-pack. And I got 2 because I was going to get some new crayons for my son, but I know that whatever I get new for my son, my little daughter, who's 2, is also going to want. So I just picked up 2 of those. Then I got some Scotch brand thermal laminating pouches, and this is a pack of 50. I needed some more because my 100-pack of laminating pouches is actually getting low, which I have had that for probably 5 years or so, maybe 4. And so I needed some more of those. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you, and this I am really glad to find. This is the large easy access bin from Mainstays, which is a Walmart brand. And my daughter has one of these that I got her last year. Hers is green. And some people have asked me about it in previous videos. So I did find some, but the only color that I could find at our Walmart was white. So that might not be as cute or whatever and fashionable as the green ones that I have. But she uses it for her all of her schoolwork bins. The reason I like it is because even a binder can stand up in here, but because of how wide the base is, it doesn't fall over when she has it full of stuff. So I also like that it has little handles on the sides, as you can see. So I got 2 of those. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to use them for yet, but I'm actually thinking about changing and using one of these for all of my like teacher's manuals that I'm using and things like that. So we'll see. I might do some rearranging, but I'm just going to move all these supplies and get into the curriculum. So if we haven't met before, my name is Jerilyn. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids. My oldest daughter is 11. She's going into 6th grade. My middle child is a boy, and he's 4, going into pre-K. And then I also have a 2-year-old daughter. So life is very busy around here. And I've already done kind of our curriculum pick videos by subject in a couple months ago. And there were still some things that I wasn't quite sure if I was going to continue with or not. And I'm still not 100% solidified yet. So I will keep you posted. I do know that I am going to need to make one more order kind of towards the beginning of the school year, like September, October, because my daughter will be finishing up her math, Christian Light Education Math 4, and we're going to be moving into the next level. So I am going to have at least one more curriculum haul or unboxing before the end of the calendar year. But these are some things that I picked up from Rainbow Resource, IEW, and then a couple of things from a used curriculum homeschool store that I have near me. So let's go ahead and just jump right into that. First, I saw over on my friend Andrea's channel at Classical Casa, she has been using this drawing textbook by Bruce McIntyre, and her kids use it. And I thought that this looked really interesting, and I've never really learned drawing skills myself. So I thought maybe if I started kind of using these lessons, that maybe my daughter would see that and want to join me. So I'm going to kind of go through this a little bit, hopefully this summer, and see if maybe I can learn how to draw a little something. The next thing that I got is a book from the Critical Thinking Company. This is Sentence Diagramming, the beginning level. And they did have, I think, 1 or 2 more levels after this one, but this is the one for grades 3 through 12. And this is just very beginning sentence diagramming. So it starts out kind of simple, and then it definitely builds. And it's only, I think, 12 lessons total. Yes, 12 lessons total, and then a review. So the reason that I got this is because in the language arts that we've used in the past, we haven't really worked on sentence diagramming specifically. There have been things where you make a line between the subject and the predicate, but never anything like this with the little lines that hang off the bottom. So because of that, I wanted her to have a little bit of practice with sentence diagramming before I made some really solid decisions on what we're going to use for language arts next year. I was going to use the Learning Language Arts Through Literature purple book still with her going through next year, but at the end of the school year, when I was asking her how she liked that curriculum, I thought she was really liking it, and it turns out she really didn't like it at all. So we're still trying to figure that out. So because I'm still trying to figure that out, I did order her this book called Language Arts Grade 6, and it's by Core Skills. And the actual publisher is Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. And this just has some kind of worksheet style grammar and mechanics and writing and things like that. This is actually something that Memoria Press uses in their grade level kits. They start the language arts, I think, like in maybe 2nd grade, and then they go up through 8th grade. So I thought, well, if Memoria Press uses this as a resource, it's probably decent. So I went ahead and got that, and it has a really soft cover, which I love. So I got this, and I'm not really sure exactly how we're going to use this yet. I don't know if it's going to be like what we do or if it's kind of a supplement. So I'll keep you posted. The next thing that I got, we are using Prima Latina, which is a Latin course from Memoria Press. And excuse me, I have something in my eye. Whew. So we are going to be using Prima Latina from Memoria Press, which is a very, very beginner level Latin course. And I noticed on the Rainbow Resource website that they have a copybook in New American Cursive, which looks extremely similar to what we do, which is Danielian. So here's what a page looks like. But I just thought, instead of making cursive practice for my daughter for this coming year, we're just doing cursive 1 day a week, probably on Fridays is what I'm thinking right now. But I just thought, instead of making cursive sheets for her, that I could use this. It's already done. Plus, it's going to add a little bit of good practice of vocabulary and some of the words that we're working on in our Latin program. So I did go ahead and get this. So I'm excited to use that. And then the last thing that I got, I haven't even opened it up yet, is this Manner of the Week set. And this is actually, I want to say it's from like the kindergarten or 1st grade subject package from Memoria Press. But you can just buy this on its own. And I actually saw this in a video, I don't know, probably a year or 2 ago. And I thought that was really cool that they have a little manners card kind of hanging up back here in their homeschool room. And I thought, oh, that would be cool. We could do that. Just talk about 1 manner a week, hang it up, and then refer to that until we learn that manner. So the one that I can read from here says, look people in the eyes when you speak to them. So I thought those would all be good, especially for my little kids, but for my 11-year-old too. Now, the next thing I am going to show you was kind of a little bit spur of the moment. And I have always really heard a lot of good things about IEW, the Institute for Excellence in Writing. And I've always been a little bit nervous to try it, mainly because I wanted to use the structure and style videos, but the videos are really long. And from what I've heard, they can be like 45 minutes long in one sitting. And I just knew that my daughter was not going to do very well with that. And so what I did was I used the Teaching Writing Structure and Style Seminar and Practicum workbook and DVDs. And I got this used, like I was saying, from a local homeschool bookstore. It wasn't even written in. And so I am going through this course one kind of unit at a time. And so if you haven't heard of IEW, they have two types of courses. You can teach it yourself as the teacher or the homeschool parent, or you can do their Structure and Style for Students course, which is streaming or DVDs along with your student doing this course. So I just knew that my daughter was not going to do well with 45-minute videos to watch. And so instead, what I decided to do is I got for her the ancient history-based writing lessons. So instead of the Structure and Style for Students video course, this is something that I teach. And so beforehand, I go through the videos to make sure that I know how to teach everything. And then I work through the teacher book. So this is the teacher's manual, and this is the student book. And so she can just write right in here. And it has all of the, see these green parts? Those are all the vocabulary cards that go along with this program. There are also some books that you can incorporate for kind of a literature component. It's sort of scheduled in. It basically just tells you what book to read for these lessons and things like that, but it's not like scheduling everything out really specifically for you. And I'm not sure if we're going to use any of those at this point because we have a lot of other read alouds and readers in our Sunlight history program. But what I was thinking with this, because we are going to be doing ancient history, not this coming 6th grade year, but in 7th grade, I thought if we just kind of slowly work through ancient history, this is 30 lessons, I believe. Yes, 30 lessons. So I just thought if we could maybe get through about 15 lessons this school year, and then in the next school year, we could do the rest of the other 15 lessons. And then we could go into the next book, which is medieval history, which we'll be doing in that 7th grade year as well. Because in Sunlight G, it's ancient and medieval history in 1 year, and then everything after that to modern times the 2nd year. So we'll see how this goes. I have already really enjoyed the first lesson in Andrew Pudawa's, what is it called? Teaching Writing Structure and Style course. And I've already learned a lot, and I can definitely see why everybody raves about listening to him as a speaker. He is funny, and he just says it like it is. And I've already learned a lot, even just in the first unit. So I hope that this all will work out really well, and that we can use this along with whatever language arts we wind up going with. At this point, I think I'm leaning towards getting the Christian Light Education Language Arts. I'm just not exactly sure which level yet. I've always heard that Christian Light Education is a little bit more advanced, like a half a year to a year advanced. And so I don't necessarily want to throw my daughter into the 6th grade level. So we're going to have to kind of see. They have diagnostic tests, and we are going to be finishing the diagnostic tests here in the next kind of 3 weeks or so, and then I'll kind of see where it all plays out. So I will keep you posted about that. You definitely are not going to want to miss my first update in August, because we will be starting school back up in the middle of August. I think it's the 3rd week. And Then at the end of August, I will give an update as to how that is all going. So stick around here on my channel, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I can't wait to see you back here for another video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next time.